Welcome to eWay Podcasts, podcasts from the world of CRM, business, and entrepreneurship. Today's topic is content marketing, when you don't want to act like an uninvited guest. Let's get started. Imagine for a minute that you don't try to catch a few seconds of a customer's attention with paid advertising or billboards on the streets. Imagine the world where the customer approaches you intentionally. Does it sound unreal? Then let us introduce you to the power of content marketing. People are constantly under the attack of annoying advertisements. You're watching a movie and suddenly it gets interrupted by advertising. You're reading an interesting article online and a banner pops up. You're listening to your favorite podcast. And don't worry, we aren't forcing any advertisements on you here. This podcast represents an example of content marketing. That kind of marketing that doesn't annoy people, but which people look for and enjoy. Are you sure you offer a perfect product? Do you know who its ideal users are and how they benefit from it? Are you aware of your customers and the ways to reach them? Then there's just one last thing missing: the content of the message, the idea you want to get out there. If you tell people what they want to know and answer their questions, they'll listen to you. In today's podcast, we'll first explain what content marketing means. In the second part, you'll learn how to identify and create the right content. In the third part, we'll share some ideas on where to get such content. And in the final fourth part, we'll give you a few tips on tools and gadgets which will help you create your content. The first part, what's content marketing? Content marketing is a way of brand communication in which the brand reveals its story. The company tells people about topics they are interested in, issues they can identify with. There was an interview some time ago with a marketing expert named Seth Godin. He said that content marketing is the only marketing left that still works. Why is that? Think of traditional marketing as a loud shop owner in the main square. He calls, shouts, and tries to catch the attention of passersby. Slowly, we have become immune to this kind of marketing and learned to avoid it. That's why these marketing tactics don't work anymore. Moreover, companies today would rather invest millions in product development than advertising. The old marketing was about reaching out to as many people as possible, to scream as loud as possible. The new marketing doesn't want to shout into space. Quite the opposite, actually. It aims to reach the right people. Even if the amount of people who listen is smaller, it's their relevance that matters. Let's use the main square example one more time. Content marketing isn't a loud shop owner. Instead, it's a trustworthy friend who accompanies you and gives you advice. This friend knows you and your troubles well, and you talk about things that matter to you. Content marketing reaches for customers and tries to solve their problems. It entertains them or answers their questions. Content marketing isn't phony and pretentious, it's authentic and real. Let's see what that means. The basic principle for content marketing is finding out what your target audience wants. Is it information or entertainment, and what kind? Once you know, start providing it. Give your target group the content they want to read, see, and hear. Care about their preferences and don't try to hold monologues about topics you like. The biggest challenge of content marketing is learning to listen to your customers. The obvious question is what to talk about. According to marketing guides, your message should be as authentic, transparent, and useful as possible. Content must be interesting or entertaining, and the whole point isn't just to pass on information. Don't be afraid to involve your target audience in the competition or ask them to participate in the content creation. Trends speak clearly. The most successful content is interactive or individual, tailored to the target person. So, we're done with the theory. Let's talk about how to do it now. The second part, how to think about content marketing and its strategy. There are plenty of ways of how to do content marketing. A more complicated question is what method is the right one? Always start with defining your content strategy, as all the content marketing activities must follow the same goal. Simply put, you need to know who you want to communicate with, what you want to tell them, and how. If you aren't sure, listen to the podcast from the series called How to Create Functioning Advertisement for My Company. You'll find it on our blog in the podcast section. Your brand communication must be consistent with the overall image of your company. You build this image by what you put on a website, what you write about on your blog, and also what you publish on corporate social networks. Everything has to be interconnected and illustrate the authentic personality of your company. Starting and maintaining your company blog is the easiest way of how to start doing content marketing. That's why we'll show you an example of a content strategy in the case of a company blog. Right, so imagine you're starting your company blog, and it isn't any ordinary blog because you want it to fit in the entire concept of your content strategy in the future. Your goal is for all your marketing activities to make sense and build on each other. So back to the example. Let's say you own a shop that sells mattresses. The whole process of creating your blog consists of 7 steps. Let's go through them. The first step, chat with your customers. Either in person or in the form of a questionnaire, find out what topics they consider attractive, what troubles they have, and what they enjoy doing. Identify 5 to 10 key topics based on the information collected. When you sell mattresses, you may find that your customers often can't fall asleep, or that they're interested in how to choose the right mattress. They could also move frequently and deal with the issue of storing and transporting mattresses. The second step, divide the identified topics into so-called thematic groups. In our example with the mattress shop, one thematic group may be sleeping. Here you can list topics such as how to fall asleep quickly or how many hours a night should a person sleep. The second thematic group could be the choice of mattress. Here you can list topics such as materials, allergy issues, or advice on what mattress suits what type of bed. The third step, you've collected topics and divided them into thematic groups. Now it's time to create basic ideas for the articles relevant to each group. We recommend using keyword search engines to tell you what your customers are looking for. Type a keyword search into your web browser and you'll end up with a useful tool. One of those tools or engines is called answerthepublic.com. You sell mattresses, so first, you focus on a thematic group of mattress selections. Type how to choose a mattress in the keyword search engine and collect ideas for specific articles. The search engine indicates that people search for phrases such as how to choose a mattress where I sleep on my belly, or how to choose a mattress for a sore hip, or maybe how to choose a mattress for a preschool child. The fourth step, you have themes, thematic groups, and you gathered ideas. Now process these ideas. Ask these questions. Is the topic suitable for the article? Or will it be better to create a video, podcast, or picture tutorial? And if it's an article, should it be rather long and descriptive or short and on point? Does the reader want to learn something new or just have fun? Let's take an example of the article, How to Choose a Mattress When I Sleep on My Belly. You can choose to write a full page of how each type of material adapts to the weight of the body, or you can create a picture showing the sleepers lying on their side, back, stomach, and across the bed. Then you add a label to each image indicating which mattress is the most suitable for each. The fifth step, you already know what you want to say, and you also know how. At this point, don't forget to do your homework. Check the available data, look at current surveys and analysis, and study the competition. Make sure your information is correct and that you don't only repeat the ideas of others. Okay, let's say you've decided to write an article on how each mattress adapts to body weight during the night. You found that your competitor prepared a very similar article a few months ago. What to do now? Do you have any extra information that wasn't mentioned in the original article? Or would you paraphrase what your competitor said already? You can choose to do the infographics instead, or take a different approach to the whole topic. It's essential to be inspired, but you certainly don't want to copy someone else's content. The sixth step. Once you have topics, ideas, and a list of specific articles and other content, you can move on to the next step. Create an editorial plan to schedule when you want to create and publish the content. You see, you don't just prepare content for fun, you pursue a clear communication goal. It's the editorial plan that makes sure that this goal is being met and that you're creating meaningful content. And thanks to this plan, you avoid the day when you suddenly realize you have nothing to post on a blog or a Facebook page. When talking about a mattress company, you can decide to publish 3 articles each month. The first topic is how to select a mattress, and the article comes out at the beginning of each month. On the 1st of April, you'll publish an article on the choice of the mattress based on the sleeper's position. In May, based on the sleeper's weight. In June, based on the age of the sleeper. And in July, based on the sleeper's health condition. The second topic is various materials and features of mattresses, and you publish an article on this topic in the middle of each month. And the third topic is about tips and tricks for better sleep. Those articles will be published every 20th day of each month. The seventh step. Now you know what you want to tell your audience, and how, when, and why. What's left? Yes, measuring the level of efficiency. You surely want to know how your content is doing. So, which topics grab the attention of your customers, and which articles are left behind? Are the articles popular both on Facebook and the company blog? And who reads them? The target group you had in mind, or completely different readers that didn't even occur to you? On your mattress shop website, you publish articles, infographics, and tips and tricks. After the first few months, you'll see that nobody reads the articles about mattress materials. On the other hand, the articles about how to choose the right mattress for a child are widely popular. This data suggests that your readers are probably parents and that you have come across an exciting area. You may decide to prepare additional content about whether milk served at bedtime helps children fall asleep, or show a ranking of the best bedtime stories. Try and see how they do. The third part, where to get the content. Well, you might know what you want to write about, talk about, or shoot on the video, but the realization isn't that simple. Who will create the content? And how to make sure it finds its way to the audience? There's only one answer to this question: cooperation. You need to work with your colleagues as well as other businesses. You may even create content together with your competitors. Or maybe you can get an influencer, meaning an influential person who passes your message on to the world. Let us discuss the different types of cooperation one by one. First, cooperation with colleagues and employees. The marketing department isn't the only one which can participate in the creation of valuable content. The whole company should be involved. The marketing expert knows about how to get the message out to the people, but they may not be able to create it. After all, the expert knows more about the product than anyone else. Second, cooperation with another company. You can connect with another business or multiple businesses to create a content marketing campaign. Working together helps you reach out to potential customers and get more attention. For example, Uber has partnered with the Spotify streaming service. Together, they enabled Uber customers to select a playlist to enjoy their journey more. The users called the Uber car from home, played their favorite songs, and when the driver arrived, they continued listening to the same playlist in the car. Uber customers have become interested in Spotify and vice versa. Win-win situation. Third, cooperation with competitors. You can also establish effective cooperation with your competitors. You may create a trade association that defends common interests. An association representative is much more likely to reach the media and approach the audience. And you will all benefit from it. You can also work together to publish an industry magazine, hold competitions, or organize conferences. There are no limits to imagination. Fourth, cooperation with influencers. You might consider involving influencers who can pass your content to an even wider audience. If you choose well and find a perfect fit, the influencer becomes an ambassador for your brand and promotes you further. Search for an influencer who already uses and likes your product or service. The joint activities will then be much more natural. The influencer doesn't have to have hundreds of thousands of followers. Don't be afraid to address the so-called micro-influencers. Micro-influencers may be followed by a smaller number of fans, but all the more relevant. An influencer can also be your employee who becomes the face of your brand. However, there's one golden rule. The content must look natural. The fourth part, let's conclude with a few useful tips. We have already talked about keyword search engines like answerthepublic.com or app.neilpatel.com. You'll surely find many more on the internet and can use them for inspiration. Try entering different phrases that relate to your product or service, and you may be surprised at what people are interested in. Another tool that may come handy is the topic generator for blog articles. You'll also find them online. We recommend HubSpot.com. Just enter a few main words into a topic generator and you receive numerous ideas on attractive topics. Why not make it easier when you can? Your customers may also be interested in who you are. Who are the people behind the service or product? Give your content a face. Don't be afraid to post pictures from corporate events or your offices. Share success stories of your colleagues and employees. Just make sure they're in line with your communication strategy. So, we're arriving at the end of our podcast. You already know what content marketing is and why to give it a try. You learned how important it is to listen to your customers and how to provide them with the content they want. You have looked behind the curtains of blogging and realized how important collaboration is. Now you have all the necessary ingredients to tell the story of your brand and to get the attention of your customers. So good luck creating the right content. You have been listening to an eWay podcast. The article was written by Jan Brichta, spoken by Cliff Coma. For more inspirational audio recordings, please visit our blog at blog.eway-crm.com, podcast section.